Well, here we go on a DJI Mini 3 mid-October flight. If we can get out of these clouds, we'll probably find our takeoff spot. Hard to tell, but I'd be willing to bet on it. Here we go. Boom. Okay, as you can tell, the takeoff spot today is on top of a picnic table because Mr. Mini 3 has forgot his landing mat again. So we're up, we're letting her find her home spot, and we're off. The people down there on the right walking out in the woods, you see there was a controlled burn there. You probably saw it in my last flight. Well, they've done some more and burned some more, and looks pretty good to get all that undergrowth out of there. Mid-October morning, I think it's probably about 11 o'clock, 10:30, quarter to 11, somewhere in there. Flying to the north, the wind is blowing into Thelma Lou's face right now, and she likes to get her hair out in the wind and let it fly, so that's what we're doing. So we're going to go north a little ways. We're filming at 4K, 30 frames a second, and no filters. And you ought to be pretty used to that by now. I've got a gob of ND filters, but I very seldom use them. I just love the way they did that burn. They did a heck of a job on it. I know the guys that did the burn out here at this particular wildlife area, this park area too. They do really good work. So we're headed north a little bit, and we're going to follow the woods around here, and then we're going to head off to the east and see what we can see. As you can see, the colors are starting to change, and we don't have that many good colors this year. We just have not had the rain that we usually get. So the beautiful reds and oranges, they're far and few in between. You see a few trees like that, but not very many. So I think most of the trees are going to go from green to yellow, and then the leaves are going to fall off. In fact, we're going to have a hard freeze here in the next 2 days with lows down in the low 20s. So most of these leaves, after that, a good stout wind will take them right off of there. Now you can see color there, and those usually are some of your oaks and sugar maples mostly. And they tend to turn real pretty color, like that dark red one right there. So we're back here again. We had a little stall there for a second. I'm not sure if it was me deciding which way I wanted to go or what. It might have been. I've been known to do that before, have a brain sneeze. And at my age, it's pretty easy to do. Well, there's some colors there, but, you know, they're muted oranges and yellows and light reds, not anything brilliant unless you see the trees on somebody's property. And we're coming up on a nice pond there. It looks like the shape of a heart. That's pretty neat. There's another pond up there too, all over the place. And we're coming up to some cedar groves you can see there. It's funny how those cedars are all together. Then you have open hardwoods. There's a high power line right away right there. A lot of times I'll see the deer out in that a little earlier than I'm flying today. But the deer like using those right of ways, crossing them. You can actually see where they wear trails through there. There's a lot of hiking in these parks here, a wildlife area and a county park, kind of hooked together here. So we're taking a flight over. Now we're headed due east. And there's another, I believe that is not a power line right away. I think that is a gas line right away there. So we'll fly down it and along the edge of this field, and I see my lodge that I belong to way out in the distance there. So we'll head over that way and take a little short jog around it. Beautiful morning. The wind is from the north, probably 10, 15 miles an hour. I know it was blowing 10 plus on the ground. So at altitude, yeah, I imagine it was probably close to 20 at altitude, but Thelma Lou, she likes getting in the wind. She don't like the wind blowing in her face as much as she does coming back when it's blowing up her skirt and it's blowing her back home. So we try to make sure that we head out in the wind most of the time and then fly back with the wind at our backs. But to be honest with you, with the extended batteries, I very rarely get out to where I run out of battery. She'll always go to RTH before then if I'm flying in a straight line, and she'll always come back home. I've only had one close call, really, other than video problems that the Mini 3 has encountered since it came out. Now, there's a pipeline right away, right there to the left center of the screen. I've bow hunted in there before. Nice field. Okay, here's our lodge right here. And I had just come from there. I had a good breakfast there. And we're going to make a U-turn here. There we are. Didn't have any connection issues on the Mini 3 this morning, which usually right here, I usually lose signal, and it doesn't go necessarily get to return to home, but I usually can get her back close enough to me before she goes into RTH, but a drop off there, and it's because of the trees. It just blocks signal at that distance. Anyway, I saw a nice buck in this field the other day on the way home from here. A nice 10-point buck ran across the field in front of me. There's a nice raptor house right there where the raptors can nest without worrying about the bigger raptors eating their eggs and their babies. So it's a pretty nice deal. Here's a nice bedding area for deer right here. I know a lot of people bow hunt right in there. So we're going to take a look around here and see what we can see. There's a pond up there. That's the guy's property up there. So what I'm over right now is park property, though. Very little color. As you can see, there's one right in the center. Lots of walnut trees. A few oaks here and there. Yeah, it's a good area for bow hunting right in there. So the pond over there, that's on private property. That is all drying up. We haven't had any rain, as you can see, as you can tell. Rain has been at a premium, and like I said before, the colors are just not there this year. It's sad too. I would have liked to have seen some good colors. First year with the Mini 3, you know, I've had the Mini 2 and the Phantom 3 and several others, and still have my Mini 2, my favorite little bird to fly, Peggy Sue. But I would like to have captured a lot of better colors with the Mini 3 this year, with a better camera, but we can wait till next year. So we're coming back, and you can see this pond is turned over on itself, and a lot of moss and stuff on the top, you know, and that's what really does the fish in. It really hurts the fish when they get lack of oxygen like that. Okay, we're taking another look at the woods here. There's an old abandoned house in here that's probably 150 years old that the guy who had the land donated the land. His old house is in there, his old 2-story house. Sometimes I can find it on the edge of the woods, and other times I fly right over it without seeing it. It's really neat. The chimney and staircase is still standing in it. The rest of the house is basically fallen down all around it, but it's kind of cool to fly around it. I'll have to, when the leaves get off, I'll go out there and fly some more and see if I maybe can show it to you guys. Okay, we're flying over the prescribed burns that my friend and his cohorts did the other day. And as you can see, they did a heck of a job keeping up within the walking trails that they've got for people to hike around on. this particular area is just full of walking trails and people on bikes and people walking their dogs and just everything else. You can see all the cars up there at one of the parking areas. So there are a bunch of them out there using it today, and I don't blame them. It's pretty nice. So if you're coming back with the wind, and now we're going to go with the wind out. The battery had plenty of battery left. It looked like it had 60%, 60 plus, I'd say 65% left. So we're going to continue the flight a little bit more, and we'll be coming back into the wind or crosswise to the wind, so that'll eat some of that battery up. So let's head down this way. I know they put a trail in down here the other day too. Ah, there it is. I can see it on the right side of the screen where they cut in the woods there. So that's pretty neat. And there's a nice pond. That pond's starting to clear up now, which is good news. Usually see a lot of deer around that pond. Do not see any today, but right after this flight, I had a nice 10-pointer run across the road in front of me. Figures after I bring her back, I flew right over where he was on the return flight. I'll show you. We're going to go out here a little ways. I'm flying out this direction to the southwest, and there's a shooting range up here for people to shoot trap at, and I can hear the shotguns going off and stuff like that, and it's just west of this guy's place right here. So I don't want to get too close to that. So once I get over that direction, well before I get towards that shooting range, I'll go ahead and come back. No use giving those people any reason to be upset about something flying over where that shouldn't be flying over. So we're going to take a ride here, and I think we're going to head up this way just a little ways. Video is starting to chop up on me a little bit there. Not sure what caused that. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to head this way. I can hear the shotguns going off real clear now, so I'm going to make a right turn up here so I don't get anywhere near that trap range. Now there's a little more colors in the trees. They're still muted, but starting to see a little more colors. There we go. Now we're going to start coming back. Going to fly over this power line and hit the main road and kind of follow it back in a second. So there's the trap area back there to the left. So we're cutting over here. Going to cut around this power line. Cut through here. And I'll show you where this buck ran across the road in front of me a little while ago. He came right out of the cedars on your top left by that pond. Cut right across the road as I was coming down the road, really nice, and ran into this big field over here. Well, I'd like to meet him in the woods when I had my bow in my hand. Especially the price of meat nowadays. Anyway, we are headed back. Now we've got the wind kind of in our face a little bit, blowing crosswise. So let's see, there's the video going. It stopped on me there for a second. Maybe my computer may just be glitching the video. Don't know till I post it and see. That's kind of a neat looking color on that pond there. There's probably not a whole lot of fish living in that. So this guy's got his own little private road going up to his place, and we're just going to go catty corner and head up the public road here on the wildlife management area. And you can see they did a little prescribed burn over here on the left side. And didn't let it get down into across the walking trail into the woods. So they did a good job there too. So we're headed back now, closing in on home. There goes my buddy on his motorcycle. Almost turned around and followed him for a ways to get him on video, but I thought, nah, better get back. Didn't have, had 50% of battery left, but just didn't want to take any chances, so we're just going to bring her back. Got a good video in the making anyway, just a few stutters, and I'm not sure what those were, but as far as control, she flew very, very well. Didn't have any issues this time. Let's get over here to the side before that car gets here. Good. Okay. All right, there's one of the prescribed burns. And here comes some walkers, so we're going to cut back over to the left here in a second. There's grouping by that tree, so we don't want to have anything to do with that. So we're going to make a sharp left here. Come back over. Bring her back. Back over the burn. Get around this person here. And start losing. We're going to bring her back over the road here. Bring her back. Well, maybe we're not. Thought we were going to do that. We'll wait and see. I like landing her with her nose in the wind. So that's what I usually do. But I think this time, since I've got walkers out to my left and stuff, this time we're going to just lose some altitude here. There they are. And we're going to skedaddle to our landing site. Like I said, she flew really, really well today, exceptionally well. Had a few video jitters. I don't know if that will show up in post or not. We shall see. So anyway, this lady has stopped on the trail there, so we're going to try to stay to her right quite a ways over this empty field. And bring her back in, and once again, man without a mind has left his landing mat in the other vehicle. So there's a good picnic table with a case sitting right there. Now, being the Mini 3 has obstacle avoidance, and there's all kinds of obstacles around me, and it sees the picnic table as an obstacle too. We'll see if we can get her on there, though. There's a big tree hanging right over the top of me there. You can see the trunk of it on the left. So we're having to deal with that, and I am standing a little bit too much behind it, too. So when I get down here, she's going to say, no, I don't think I want to go forward. I don't want to go backwards. I'll let you go side to side. See that? But no, I don't want to do anything else right now. But we'll coax her into it once I move to the side. So anyway, that's my flight. Everybody have a great day out there. Stay safe. Treat each other well if you can. See you soon.